The Galactic Empire had always looked down on Earth. To them, humans were just a small, weak species on an ordinary blue planet far from the center of the galaxy. Earth had never been important to the Empire, which ruled over thousands of planets, each filled with advanced civilizations. The Empire believed it was unstoppable, and any species that didn't have powerful technology or a large army wasn't worth their time. Earth was one of those planets the Empire never took seriously. The Galactic Empire was vast, and its leaders were arrogant. They controlled the galaxy with an iron fist, believing they were the strongest force in the universe. Their ships were huge, their weapons powerful, and their technology was unmatched. For centuries, no one had dared to challenge them, and they had forgotten what it felt like to be afraid. When the Empire first learned about Earth, they weren't impressed. They saw humans as primitive, with outdated technology, and no real military power. The humans didn't even travel beyond their own solar system much, while the Empire's ships could fly across galaxies in the blink of an eye. To the Empire, Earth was just another weak world waiting to be conquered. In meetings, the Empire's leaders laughed about Earth. They joked about how easy it would be to take control of the planet. "One ship is all we'll need to make them bow down to us," one high-ranking official said during a council meeting. The others agreed, smirking at the thought of how fast humans would fall once they decided to act. "The humans still use basic rockets," another official scoffed. "They think they're clever with their tiny space stations and slow ships, but compared to us, they're like children playing with toys." The Empire's arrogance knew no bounds. They didn't even bother sending spies to learn more about Earth. To them, it didn't matter what humans were doing. They were sure that no matter what technology Earth had, it would never match the power of the Galactic Empire. To the rest of the galaxy, the Empire's view of Earth was common knowledge. Other species who had already fallen under the Empire's rule also looked down on humanity. They had heard stories of how Earth was a small, peaceful planet with no big weapons or strong armies. Most species thought humans would be crushed the moment the Empire decided to invade. Humans, however, knew the truth. The people of Earth were fully aware that the Galactic Empire saw them as weak. They knew the day would come when the Empire would try to take over their planet. And though the Empire laughed and joked, the humans stayed silent. They knew that the best way to hide their strength was to let the Empire keep laughing. While the Empire laughed at Earth, humans were working in secret. They knew the galaxy was dangerous, and that one day they would have to defend their world. So, behind the scenes, they started preparing. Advanced scientists, engineers, and military leaders worked together, hidden from the eyes of the Empire. They were developing new weapons, new ships, and new strategies, waiting for the right moment to reveal what they had built. But for now, the Galactic Empire continued to laugh. Their leaders saw Earth as nothing more than an easy target. When they finally decided to invade, they believed it would be the quickest conquest in the history of their empire. They talked about it as if it were a game, betting on how fast the humans would surrender. "They won't even fire a single shot," one leader said. "They'll see our fleet and beg for mercy." But little did the Empire know, the humans were not as weak as they seemed. Deep within secret bases, far from the prying eyes of the galaxy, Earth's leaders were watching and waiting. They let the Empire laugh, knowing that soon the joke would be on them. While the Galactic Empire laughed at Earth, the people of Earth were far from helpless. They knew they were being watched, mocked, and underestimated by the most powerful force in the galaxy. The Empire thought Earth was weak, but humans had a secret, a plan that had been in the works for years, hidden from the galaxy and even from most of Earth's own population. It all started when the first whispers of the Empire's expansion reached Earth. The leaders of the planet knew that, sooner or later, the Empire would turn its gaze towards them. The Empire had already taken over many other worlds, some far more advanced than Earth. If those planets couldn't stand up to the Empire's strength, what chance did Earth have? This question hung in the air during every secret meeting held by Earth's top officials. But Earth was different from the other planets. Humans had something special. They were survivors. History had proven it. Over centuries, they had faced wars, disasters, and challenges that nearly wiped them out. Yet each time, they found a way to adapt and overcome. So when the Galactic Empire came into view, humanity decided to take action. Earth's leaders knew they couldn't rely on the technology they had at the moment. Their ships were too slow, their weapons too weak. If they were going to have any chance of defending themselves, they needed something more. They needed a hidden weapon, something so advanced and powerful that it would catch the Empire off guard. In secret, the governments of Earth came together. They set aside their differences, knowing that survival depended on unity. A plan was born. Project Shadow Fleet. Its goal was simple: build a hidden fleet of ships that could match, or even surpass, the technology of the Galactic Empire. But there was a catch. The project had to remain completely hidden, not just from the Empire, but from everyone else on Earth as well. If word got out, the Empire's spies might discover it, and the element of surprise would be lost. Scientists, engineers, and military experts were handpicked from around the world. They were sworn to secrecy and moved to hidden bases deep underground, far from prying eyes. These bases were located in the most remote parts of Earth, under the ocean, deep in mountains, and even on the dark side of the moon. The work was dangerous and difficult, but these people knew the stakes. They worked tirelessly, day and night, pushing human technology to its limits. The first task was to create ships that were fast and nearly invisible. Using a new type of cloaking technology, these ships could move without being seen by the Empire's advanced scanners. The scientists developed weapons that were more powerful than anything Earth had ever made before. These new weapons were designed to punch through the armor of the Empire's massive ships, which had been nearly invincible in previous battles. While the Galactic Empire was busy conquering other planets, Earth's secret fleet slowly grew. Dozens of ships were built in the hidden bases, each one more advanced than the last. The fleet was unlike anything the galaxy had seen, but the key to its success was its secrecy. No one outside of the Project Shadow Fleet team knew about it, not even most of Earth's government officials. The fewer people who knew, the safer the plan would be. The leaders of Earth were careful, making sure that the planet still looked weak and unprepared. On the surface, Earth's technology seemed basic, with nothing that could threaten the mighty Galactic Empire. But beneath this appearance of weakness, humans were preparing for the battle they knew was coming. They would not be caught off guard like the other planets. The Galactic Empire thought Earth was an easy target, but the truth was, Earth was waiting for the right moment to strike. The hidden fleet was Earth's ace in the hole, a secret weapon that would change the course of the battle when the time came. Humanity would not go down without a fight. As the Empire laughed, Earth's secret plan grew stronger. The humans were ready to defend their home, and soon, the galaxy would see that they were not as weak as everyone believed. The Galactic Empire laughed at Earth, but deep in space, far from the Empire's prying eyes, humans were building something extraordinary. The hidden fleet wasn't just an idea anymore. It was becoming a reality. Project Shadow Fleet was in full swing, and every day brought Earth one step closer to finishing the greatest secret weapon they had ever created. The work wasn't easy. In hidden bases spread across the most remote parts of Earth and beyond, teams of scientists, engineers, and military strategists were working around the clock. These bases were located in places no one would think to look, in the deepest parts of the ocean, in mountain caves, and even on the far side of the moon, where no light could reveal their activities. They had to keep everything hidden, because if the Empire found out, Earth's plan would be over before it began. The ships that were being built were unlike anything Earth had ever produced. These weren't the slow, basic rockets that humans had used in the past. No, these ships were designed to be fast, powerful, and invisible to the Empire's advanced technology. The key to their success was stealth. The scientists knew that if Earth's ships were seen too soon, the Empire would crush them. So they developed advanced cloaking devices that could hide entire fleets from view. These ships could fly across space without being detected, silently moving in the shadows. Building these ships required new technologies that humans had never imagined before. Earth's best minds worked day and night, pushing their limits. The ships needed to be faster than anything the Empire had, so the engineers developed engines powered by a new type of energy, something that had only recently been discovered. It was a powerful and nearly endless energy source, far more efficient than the old fuel Earth used to rely on. These new engines allowed the ships to move at incredible speeds, giving Earth the advantage in speed and surprise. But speed wasn't the only thing these ships had. The Hidden Fleet was armed with the most powerful weapons Earth had ever created. The scientists knew that the Empire's ships were massive, with armor that could resist most attacks. So they designed weapons that could cut through even the strongest defenses. These energy weapons, combined with newly developed missiles, could take down an enemy ship with just a few hits. Inside the ships, everything was automated. Advanced artificial intelligence ran the fleet, making decisions in the blink of an eye. The AIs could control every part of the ship, from flying to firing weapons, without needing a large crew. This meant that each ship only needed a small number of highly trained people to operate it. This also kept Earth's secrets safe, as fewer people knew about the fleet. The building process took years, but Earth's leaders were patient. They knew that if they rushed, they might make mistakes, and there was no room for error. Every ship had to be perfect because when the time came to use them, they would be Earth's only chance against the Galactic Empire. The hardest part was keeping the project a secret. Thousands of people were involved in building the Hidden Fleet, yet no one outside the project knew about it. The workers lived in the hidden bases, far from their families and friends. They couldn't talk about what they were doing, not even to those closest to them. It was lonely, difficult work, but they knew it was necessary. They were building Earth's future, its only hope for survival. As the fleet grew, Earth's leaders began to feel more confident. They knew the Galactic Empire was powerful, but they also knew that their hidden fleet was something special. The Empire had no idea what was coming. For years, they had laughed at Earth, believing it was weak and defenseless. But soon, the tables would turn. The Hidden Fleet was almost complete. Hundreds of advanced ships, armed with deadly weapons and powered by the latest technology, were ready to defend Earth. The Galactic Empire had no idea what humans were capable of, and Earth's leaders were counting on that ignorance. When the time came, the Hidden Fleet would rise from the shadows, and the galaxy would see the true strength of humanity. While Earth quietly prepared its Hidden Fleet, the Galactic Empire was growing impatient. The Empire's leaders believed they had already wasted enough time on Earth. To them, Earth was a small planet with no real power. They had more important things to focus on: expanding their control over the galaxy, crushing rebellions, and keeping their citizens in line. Conquering Earth would be easy, just another victory to show their strength. In a massive chamber, high above the capital planet of the Empire, the top officials gathered. The room was enormous, with tall windows showing the vastness of space. These were the most powerful beings in the galaxy: commanders, admirals, and political leaders who controlled thousands of planets. They sat around a long table, discussing their plans. The topic of the day was Earth. "We have waited long enough," said Grand Admiral Vaxer, the Empire's highest military officer. His voice echoed through the room. "It's time to take Earth. The humans have had their chance to submit peacefully, and they've done nothing. It's clear they don't understand what's coming. We need to show them." The others in the room nodded. They had all heard reports about Earth's slow progress. To them, the humans looked like they were doing nothing to prepare for an invasion. Earth hadn't built any major defenses, hadn't launched new ships, and certainly hadn't shown any signs of becoming a threat. It seemed the humans didn't even realize how close they were to being conquered. "They are weak," said one of the commanders. "Their technology is outdated. Their ships are laughable. Even their best weapons are decades behind what we use. Earth won't last a day against our forces." The room filled with agreement. They had all seen the same intelligence reports. The Empire's spies had been watching Earth for years, monitoring their progress. But they saw nothing alarming. The humans didn't seem to be building an army, and they certainly weren't showing any signs of preparing for a galactic war. To the Empire, Earth was just another weak planet, like the many they had conquered before. "Let's not waste any more time," Vaxer said. "We'll send a fleet to Earth and give them one final chance to surrender. When they see our ships, they'll have no choice but to bow down." The plan was simple. The Empire would send a massive fleet to Earth's doorstep. The humans would see the sheer size and power of the Empire's forces and give up without a fight. The Empire was sure of it. After all, this tactic had worked on countless other planets. When people saw the Empire's overwhelming strength, they almost always surrendered. And those who didn't, they were wiped out within hours. One of the admirals, however, raised a small concern. "What if the humans resist? Should we prepare for a battle, just in case?" Vaxer smirked. "A battle," he said, his voice dripping with arrogance. "They won't fight. They don't have the strength. And even if they did, what could they possibly do against us? No, Admiral, there will be no battle. Earth will fall without firing a single shot." The others in the room laughed. To them, the idea of Earth fighting back was ridiculous. The Galactic Empire had the most powerful ships, the best trained soldiers, and the most advanced technology in the galaxy. Earth was nothing but a small, defenseless planet. The humans might try to resist, but it would be over quickly. The decision was made. The Empire's fleet would set course for Earth. It would be a show of power like no other, a display of strength that would crush any hope the humans might have of winning. Vaxer and the other leaders didn't think twice. They believed the conquest of Earth would be swift and easy. But as the Empire's ships prepared for their journey, they had no idea what was waiting for them. The hidden fleet, Earth's secret weapon, was ready. The humans had spent years preparing for this moment, and they weren't about to go down without a fight. The Galactic Empire, confident in their victory, had no idea that the war for Earth was about to begin. As the Galactic Empire made plans to invade, Earth's leaders knew the time had come to act. They had watched the Empire's movements carefully. Their spies, hidden deep within the galaxy, sent back reports of a massive fleet being prepared. The invasion they had feared for so long was now on the horizon. In the central command room beneath the surface of Earth, the highest-ranking officials gathered. The room was filled with tension. They knew the Empire saw them as weak, but Earth was far from defenseless. The hidden fleet was ready, but Earth's leaders didn't want a war if it could be avoided. They still believed there might be a chance for peace. "We need to send a message to the Empire," said General Harris, the head of Earth's military. He stood tall in the center of the room, his voice calm but firm. "If we can convince them that invading Earth would be a mistake, maybe we can stop this before it begins." The others nodded in agreement. They knew the risks of sending the message. If the Empire laughed it off, as they had before, it might only push them to invade sooner. But Earth couldn't sit back and do nothing. They had to at least try to warn the Empire. The message was simple. Earth didn't want to fight, but if the Empire forced their hand, they would defend their planet with everything they had. The warning was clear. Invading Earth would not be as easy as the Empire believed. The hidden fleet was never mentioned, but the tone of the message suggested that Earth was prepared for a strong defense. Within hours, the message was sent out into the vastness of space, traveling toward the heart of the Galactic Empire. Earth's leaders waited, hoping for a response. They knew the odds were slim, but they had to try. Maybe, just maybe, the Empire would see reason. Days passed. The Empire remained silent. In the Empire's grand capital, far away from Earth, the leaders received the message. It was delivered directly to Grand Admiral Vaxer, who was preparing his fleet for the invasion. He read it quickly, his face twisting into a sneer of amusement. "The humans think they can warn us." Vaxer laughed, tossing the message to the side. "This is pathetic. They must be more desperate than we thought." The other commanders gathered around, reading the message over Vaxer's shoulder. They, too, found it laughable. "They don't want to fight. Then they should surrender now," one commander said. "This message is nothing more than a plea for mercy." Vaxer agreed. To him, Earth's message was a sign of weakness, not strength. If the humans were truly capable of defending themselves, they wouldn't be sending warnings. They would be preparing for battle. He saw Earth as a planet on its knees, begging the Empire to spare them. But Vaxer had no mercy to offer. He was determined to crush Earth and add it to the long list of worlds the Empire had conquered. The Empire sent no reply to Earth. To them, the message wasn't even worth a response. Back on Earth, the silence from the Empire was answer enough. The leaders understood what it meant. The Empire wasn't going to back down. They had made up their minds, and an invasion was coming. The warning had been ignored, just as Earth's leaders had feared. "We've done all we can," General Harris said, looking around the room. "Now we prepare for war." Earth's hidden fleet was activated. Ships that had been hidden for years, deep in secret bases and far-off locations, were now coming to life. Pilots and crews, who had been training in secret, were called to action. Earth was ready. The Galactic Empire might have ignored their warning, but they would soon see that Earth was not the weak, defenseless planet they believed it to be. The fleets were hidden in the darkest corners of space, cloaked from the Empire's view. They would not reveal themselves until the right moment. Earth's leaders knew that surprise was their greatest weapon. The Empire thought this would be an easy victory, but when their ships arrived, they would be met with the full force of Earth's defenses. The Galactic Empire's arrogance had led them to ignore Earth's warning, but they would soon learn that they had underestimated humanity. The invasion was coming, but Earth was ready for a fight. The invasion began just as Earth's leaders had feared. In the dead of night, with stars scattered across the sky, the Galactic Empire's fleet appeared on the edge of Earth's solar system. Hundreds of massive dark ships emerged from hyperspace, their engines glowing like distant suns. The invasion had begun. Inside one of Earth's hidden command centers, alarms blared. The invasion fleet had been detected the moment it arrived. General Harris stood at the center of the room, staring at the display screens that showed the Empire's fleet moving closer to Earth. His heart raced, but his voice remained steady. "They're here," he said calmly. "It's time to execute the plan." The room buzzed with activity. Operators sent out urgent messages, and Earth's defense forces were put on high alert. Project Shadow Fleet, the hidden fleet Earth had secretly built, was about to be unleashed. Every ship, every weapon, every strategy they had worked on for years was now going to be tested. In space, the Empire's fleet advanced, their confidence unshaken. Grand Admiral Vaxer stood on the bridge of his flagship, watching as the blue-green planet of Earth grew larger in the distance. He smirked, certain that this would be one of the easiest conquests in the Empire's history. Earth's warning had been ignored, and now the time had come to show the humans what true power looked like. "Prepare the landing ships," Vaxer ordered. "We'll give them one last chance to surrender. If they refuse, we'll show them no mercy." Meanwhile, on Earth, every major city was bracing for the attack. People had been warned, but there was no avoiding the fear that came with seeing the massive Empire ships looming in the sky. Citizens huddled in underground bunkers, their faces pale with anxiety. But the military forces were ready. They knew the plan, and they had faith in the hidden fleet. High above the planet, the Empire's ships finally came into range. Vaxer's voice echoed across Earth's communication channels. His message was short and cold. "This is Grand Admiral Vaxer of the Galactic Empire. You have one chance to surrender your planet and avoid total destruction. If you resist, we will show no mercy. You have 5 minutes to comply." On Earth, the leaders gathered in the command room, listening to Vaxor's threat. There was no hesitation. They knew surrender was not an option. General Harris stood tall, his face determined. "We do not surrender," he said firmly. "Launch the fleet." At his command, Earth's hidden fleet, Project Shadow Fleet, sprang to life. From the darkest corners of space, hidden behind asteroids and cloaked by advanced technology, Earth's ships emerged. The massive black vessels, invisible to the Empire's scanners, silently moved into position. The Empire's fleet, confident in their victory, didn't see the hidden ships until it was too late. Suddenly, the first of Earth's ships fired. A bright beam of energy shot across the blackness of space and slammed into one of the Empire's cruisers. The cruiser exploded in a flash of light, torn apart before it even had a chance to fight back. The invasion had truly begun. On Vaxor's flagship, alarms went off. His officers scrambled to figure out what had happened. They had detected nothing. No ships, no warning. How had the humans managed to destroy one of their cruisers? Impossible. Vaxor growled, slamming his fist onto the control panel. Where did that shot come from? Find them. But it was too late. Earth's fleet, now fully revealed, unleashed a coordinated assault. Ship after ship appeared, firing powerful energy beams and advanced missiles that ripped through the Empire's defenses. The once confident fleet of the Galactic Empire was now under attack from all sides. On Earth, the people watching from underground bunkers cheered as they saw the explosions in the sky. For the first time, they felt a flicker of hope. The Empire's ships were being destroyed, one after another, by Earth's hidden forces. The Galactic Empire had thought Earth was weak, but now they were seeing the truth. Vaxor's face turned red with anger. His fleet was being torn apart, and he had no idea how to stop it. "Retreat," he finally ordered, his voice filled with rage. "Regroup and retreat." The Empire's remaining ships, those that hadn't been destroyed, began to fall back. The invasion that had started with such arrogance was now in shambles. Earth had fought back, and the Empire had been caught completely off guard. The battle wasn't over yet, but Earth had won the first round. The hidden fleet had proven its strength, and the Galactic Empire would never see Earth the same way again. As the Galactic Empire's invasion fleet advanced towards Earth, the battle began with fierce intensity. The Empire had expected an easy victory, but Earth's hidden fleet was about to change everything. From the secret bases that had been built in the shadows, Earth's hidden fleet began to emerge. For years, these ships had been hidden from view, cloaked and waiting for the right moment to strike. Now that moment had come. On the command bridge of one of Earth's hidden ships, Captain Alina Reyes watched the battle unfold through the large viewport. Her ship, named the Eclipse, was one of the most advanced in the fleet. She could see the massive Empire ships in the distance, their forms menacing and dark against the backdrop of space. The alarms were silent now. The time for action had begun. "Captain Reyes, we're ready for deployment," reported Lieutenant Carter, her trusted second-in-command. "The fleet is in position and cloaked." "Good," Reyes replied, her eyes focused on the Empire's forces. "Let's show them what we've been preparing for." One by one, Earth's ships deactivated their cloaking devices. The sudden appearance of hundreds of ships was like the opening of a hidden door to the galaxy. The Empire's fleet, which had been so confident just moments before, was now faced with a startling surprise. The first wave of Empire ships had already been hit hard by Earth's initial strike. Now, as Earth's hidden fleet revealed itself, the Empire's confusion turned to panic. The sheer number of ships was overwhelming, and their advanced technology was unlike anything the Empire had seen before. Grand Admiral Vaxor watched from his flagship, his face contorted in shock and anger. "What are these ships?" he demanded. "Where did they come from?" The Empire's sensors scrambled to analyze the new threat, but Earth's ships were equipped with advanced jamming technology that made it difficult to get an accurate read. The hidden fleet had been designed not only to be invisible, but also to disrupt enemy systems. As the Empire's fleet struggled to adapt, Earth's ships launched their second wave of attacks. Powerful energy beams and missiles streaked through space, targeting the Empire's ships with precision. The Empire's defensive shields, once thought to be impenetrable, now struggled to hold against the onslaught. In the midst of the battle, Captain Rice directed her ship with expert precision. "Focus fire on their command ships," she ordered. "If we can take out their leaders, the rest will fall into disarray." The Eclipse and its sister ships obeyed, their weapons firing in coordinated bursts. Empire cruisers and destroyers began to crumble under the assault. The once immense fleet of the Empire now faced a fight it had not anticipated. On Earth, people watched the battle from their underground shelters. They had been anxiously waiting for this moment, and as they saw the first signs of victory, their fear turned to hope. The hidden fleet, which had been the source of countless sleepless nights and secret planning, was finally showing its power. The Empire's leaders, still stunned by the sudden appearance of Earth's fleet, scrambled to respond. "We need to regroup and counterattack," Vaxer ordered, trying to regain control. "Send out reinforcements." But Earth's fleet was relentless. Each ship moved with precision, and the tactics they employed were unlike anything the Empire had faced. The Galactic Empire's advantage in numbers was being systematically dismantled by Earth's strategy and technology. As the battle continued, the tide seemed to turn more in Earth's favor. Empire ships that had once been invincible now floated damaged or destroyed. The hidden fleet's surprise attack had given Earth a crucial edge, and the Empire was struggling to keep up. Back on the command bridge of the Eclipse, Captain Rice watched with a mix of relief and determination. "Keep up the pressure," she instructed. "We're proving that Earth is not as weak as they thought." The hidden fleet's appearance had changed the course of the battle. What had begun as an invasion now faced a formidable and unexpected resistance. The Galactic Empire's overconfidence was being tested, and Earth's secret weapon was proving its worth. As the conflict raged on, one thing was clear. The Empire's plans had been thrown into chaos, and Earth's hidden fleet was making its mark on the galaxy. The fight for Earth was far from over, but the first victory had been won. The Galactic Empire, which had expected an easy conquest, was now facing a battle they hadn't anticipated. The hidden fleet had emerged from the shadows, and the tide of war had begun to turn. The big battle had begun. As Earth's hidden fleet clashed with the Galactic Empire, space around Earth was filled with explosions and the bright streaks of laser fire. The once confident Empire fleet was now struggling to hold its ground. In the command center of the Eclipse, Captain Alina Rice surveyed the chaos unfolding on the battlefield. Her ship and the rest of the hidden fleet were in the thick of the fight, their weapons blazing. The Empire's massive cruisers and destroyers were being overwhelmed by the coordinated attacks of Earth's ships. "Keep the pressure on their command ships," Captain Rice ordered. "We need to break their leadership if we want to win this battle." Lieutenant Carter nodded and relayed the order to the rest of the fleet. Earth's ships focused their firepower on the Empire's flagship and other key vessels. Each blast from Earth's energy weapons created blinding flashes in space as Empire ships were struck and exploded. Grand Admiral Vaxer, aboard his flagship, was furious. His once invincible fleet was now being torn apart. He barked orders at his officers, trying to regain control. "Deploy the reserve fleet. Reinforcements, now." But the reinforcements were still far from reaching the battlefield. Earth's fleet was relentless, and the Empire's ships were taking heavy damage. The battle was turning into a fierce and desperate struggle. From Earth's surface, people watched the fight unfold. They could see the flashes of battle in the sky, and though they were safe underground, their hearts raced with every explosion. This was their fight, their chance to defend their planet. Every time an Empire ship was destroyed, cheers erupted in the shelters. As the battle continued, Captain Rice saw a critical opportunity. "Lieutenant, prepare a full assault on the Empire's flagship. If we can take it down, their entire fleet will be thrown into chaos." The Eclipse and several other ships redirected their firepower toward Vaxor's flagship. The Empire's command ship was heavily armored, but Earth's ships were determined. They concentrated their fire, launching wave after wave of attacks. Inside the Empire flagship, Vaxor watched in horror as his ship took hit after hit. His officers scrambled to manage the damage, but it was clear that the situation was spiraling out of control. "Activate the emergency shields," Vaxor ordered, but the damage was too severe. The ship's systems were failing, and the once proud flagship was now a burning wreck in space. One final devastating blast struck the Empire flagship, and it exploded in a massive fireball. The destruction was so intense that it briefly lit up the entire battlefield. The loss of the flagship caused immediate panic among the Empire's remaining forces. Without their command ship, the Empire's fleet fell into disarray. Ships collided and fired on each other in confusion. Earth's fleet seized the moment, continuing their assault with renewed vigor. General Harris, watching from Earth's command center, couldn't help but feel a surge of triumph. "They're falling apart," he said. "Keep pushing. We can win this." As the battle raged, the Empire's ships continued to retreat, their numbers dwindling. Earth's hidden fleet, having proven its strength, pushed forward, ensuring that the remaining Empire forces had no chance to regroup or counterattack. Eventually, the last of the Empire's ships were either destroyed or forced to flee. The once mighty invasion fleet was in ruins, and Earth had held its ground. The battle was over, and Earth's hidden fleet had achieved a stunning victory. On Earth, the shelters erupted in celebration. People emerged from their hiding places, their faces filled with relief and joy. The threat that had loomed over them was gone, at least for now. The battle had been fierce, but they had fought back with courage and strength. Captain Reyes and her crew aboard the Eclipse watched as the remnants of the Empire's fleet disappeared into the distance. The battle had been won, but they knew there was still much work to be done. The Galactic Empire had been defeated, but the fight for Earth's future was far from over. The victory was sweet, but the hidden fleet remained ready. They knew that the Empire would not forget this defeat easily, and Earth had to remain vigilant. For now, though, they could celebrate their hard-fought win and take pride in their strength and resilience. The battle was over, and Earth had won. The Galactic Empire's invasion fleet had been defeated, and the once feared armada was now in retreat. The sky, once filled with the chaos of battle, was now clear, and the air on Earth was filled with relief and celebration. In the command center, General Harris and his team watched the last remnants of the Empire's fleet vanish into the depths of space. The control room erupted in cheers. The victory was overwhelming, and the people of Earth had fought valiantly to protect their planet. Captain Alina Reyes of the Eclipse stood on the bridge of her ship, surveying the scene. Her crew was exhausted but exhilarated. The hidden fleet had achieved what many had thought impossible. Earth had defended itself against a powerful enemy and come out victorious. "Captain, we've received a message from Earth's command center," reported Lieutenant Carter, handing Reyes a datapad. "They want us to return to base." Reyes nodded, taking the datapad and reading the message. "Understood. Let's head home." As the Eclipse and the rest of the fleet returned to Earth, the people on the planet celebrated their newfound freedom. Cities that had been dark and silent during the invasion now came alive with light and sound. Streets were filled with cheering crowds, and there were fireworks lighting up the night sky. In the aftermath of the battle, Earth's leaders began to assess the situation and plan for the future. They knew that the victory was significant, but it was also a beginning. The Galactic Empire would not forget this defeat easily, and Earth needed to be prepared for whatever came next. General Harris addressed the people of Earth in a broadcast that was seen across the globe. "Today, we have shown the galaxy that Earth is not a planet to be underestimated. We fought for our freedom, and we won. But this victory is not the end. It is the start of a new chapter, We must remain vigilant and ready to defend our planet. But today we celebrate our strength and our unity. The broadcast was met with applause and cheers. The people of Earth felt a deep sense of pride. They had faced a powerful enemy and come out on top. The hidden fleet had played a crucial role, and its members were hailed as heroes. As Captain Reyes and her crew disembarked from the eclipse, they were greeted as champions. The bravery and skill of the hidden fleet had been critical in securing Earth's victory. Reyes was honored with a Medal of Valor, and her crew received accolades for their courage and dedication. On the Galactic stage, news of Earth's victory spread quickly. The Galactic Empire, once seen as an unstoppable force, had been humbled by a planet they had underestimated. Other planets and star systems, previously wary of the Empire's dominance, looked at Earth with newfound respect. Diplomatic envoys from various systems came to Earth to offer their congratulations and support. They recognized that Earth had stood up against a powerful adversary and defended itself with skill and determination. Earth's victory had shifted the balance of power in the galaxy. The Galactic Empire, nursing its wounds, was forced to reconsider its approach. The defeat had exposed vulnerabilities and sparked debates within its ranks. The Empire's leaders knew they had to rethink their strategies and approach to other planets. For Earth, the victory was a moment of triumph and transformation. The planet had shown that it was not to be taken lightly. The people of Earth knew that their survival was a result of their courage, preparation, and unity. They were ready to face any challenge that came their way. As the celebrations continued and the rebuilding began, Earth looked toward the future with hope. The hidden fleet, once a secret weapon, was now a symbol of Earth's strength. The victory had earned Earth respect in the galaxy, and the people were ready to build a new era of peace and prosperity. The battle was over, but the lessons learned would last a lifetime. Earth had faced an enormous challenge, met it with bravery, and emerged victorious. The future was uncertain, but for now, Earth celebrated its victory and the respect it had earned among the stars.